What's up, everyone? I'm Ashley Smashley. In this video, we're going to talk about how to let go of the shame from your past. If you are new here, smash that like button, subscribe, and leave me a comment below. On this channel, we talk all things spiritual awakening, the light and the dark, so we can become aware and integrate, because that's necessary to become the version of you that can live out your infinite potential. And yes, we have to integrate the shame from our past. Shame is one of the lowest frequencies that exist here on earth. Yes. So first, we can understand that shame is just an energy, right? All emotions are just energy, and we get shamed as a child by our parents, so we repress the shame, and we're carrying around the energetic frequency of shame, so that continues to manifest in our physical experience. We continue to attract more experiences in which we behave in a way that we are ashamed of. And until we integrate that shame, these patterns are going to keep playing out. We're going to keep behaving in ways that we're ashamed of. And yes, the behaviors are covering up the shame and creating more shame in the cycle. So yes, once you integrate the shame, then the behaviors will fall away on their own, because you're no longer carrying around that frequency of shame to attract an experience to make you feel more shame, and you won't be acting out behaviors that are distraction tools from feeling the shame. So the reason why we feel shame is because we are in lower states of consciousness through the human perspective. It's part of the experience. We wanted to feel shame. We created all of this. Okay, let's get that straight. We are the creator of everything, pretending to be a character in a divine play, having human experiences. So you wanted to come feel the shame. You wanted to come and behave and have that human experience that you are ashamed of. And a lot of people feel shame because they're like worried about the judgments of other people. And first of all, that's just because you don't understand how reality creation works. And if anybody is judging you, that's a projection of their own consciousness that they aren't aware of, that they need to integrate. All judgments are a projection of your own consciousness. The only way you can attract experiences into your reality is because of your consciousness. So if someone sees you do something that you're ashamed of, or there's something from your past that happened, and you like ruminate on the thought of that person knowing that you did that thing and you're feeling the shame, understand that's just a character. That's just another character having a thought. Someone's thinking a thought about me? Who cares? Who cares? Let it go. All right? It's just another person. That doesn't even matter. Most times, the person from your past that knows the thing that you're ashamed of doesn't even matter. Right? So, dealing with the shame, you have to sit and feel it. Okay, it's not like, oh, well, I'm the creator and I wanted to have this so we can just bypass the feeling of the shame. No, we don't use creator consciousness to bypass the feeling of the emotions. Okay, we sit and feel the shame. It is a physical sensation in your body. It is in there. It's an energy in your body. That is why when you feel the shame, you like have this full body cringe, right? How would that happen if there wasn't some type of thing going on in your body? So, anyway, please hold. Sorry about that. I got a call. Where was I? Oh, shame in the body. Okay? Feel the shame. Allow the physical sensations to happen, right? And you can just sit there, and the energy processes it itself. You don't have to judge it, okay? Don't identify as your shame, right? When you're feeling an emotion comes up, you process it like you process any other emotion, right? The emotion comes up, you feel it, but detach yourself from it. You are not your emotions. You are not the character feeling the emotions, you're the one that created all of it to have the experience of feeling the emotions. Okay, so this is a process. It's just energy alchemization. I've talked about this in a million other videos. You have to learn your own energy alchemization process for you while you're dealing with your emotions. Once you come up with it, it becomes easy. Okay, sitting with your shame or sitting with guilt or sitting with any of these negative low frequency emotions, that's all it is. It's low frequency energy that needs to get alchemized, baby. Okay, it's not that big of a deal. Nothing is that serious. This is just a game. Okay, we're all just characters doing exactly what we planned. I want you to think of the thing you're most ashamed of in your entire life and think, hey, before you came into this body, you designed your life. You created and wrote that into your script of your life, okay? So there's nothing to be ashamed of. Don't use that as a bypass, but feel the shame, but no, there's nothing to be ashamed of, okay? And then you can let go of your past. Whatever you've done in your past, if you're actively working to change those behaviors, by letting go of the emotions, because all behaviors are a distraction tool from emotions that are repressed in your body. You don't have to be disciplined and resist these behaviors and try to change them. That's what we're doing through the human perspective, and that's what like conventional behavior change and therapy and all this stuff is working towards, or getting you to work towards, is changing the behaviors, right? The root is the emotion that the behavior is covering up. When you let go and alchemize the energy from the emotion that's in your body, the behaviors end themselves. And looking back on your past, I have a crazy past. I've never been one to not tell people my business. So I don't know. If people want to judge me, so what? So what? Like, I used to be ashamed to, like, when I would van life, I wouldn't want people to know online that I was van lifing, because I thought people would think, oh, she's homeless. Something must be wrong because she's homeless. But I like it. I actually choose to van life, right? I need a break from paying rent sometimes, because your girl has been paying for her life by herself since she was like 15, okay? So, you know, it gets a lot being a little woman in this big world trying to take care of yourself. So why would I be ashamed? Why would I be ashamed that I drive a beater and I live in an efficiency, or, you know, I work in a restaurant making more money than most people with degrees? Why would I be ashamed of that? Why would I care what other people think about me? You know? And it took me a long time to get here, right? Because I used to care. I used to care what people thought about me, and that I didn't want people to know my business because I was afraid of their judgment. But once you understand that all judgment is a projection of something that needs to be integrated within them, the only reason they attracted you to project a judgment is because of whatever they have going on within them. They just don't understand how reality creation works. This is just an energy hologram. This isn't real. So, doesn't matter what you've done in your past. Okay? I used to be a drug addict. Did a lot of weird things when I was high. Embarrassing. Very embarrassing. And I think about the people, like when something comes up and I cringe, and I'm like, it sounds like the whole world saw me doing those things, right? Like, it was just a handful of people. And like, those people having thoughts about me, whoop-de-doo. If they think about that time when I was all tweaked out, acting like a crazy crackhead, oh no, they're thinking, they're sending me energy. Poof. Okay, give me that energy, baby. I'm gonna alchemize it. Yeah, we're gonna make me more powerful with your thought energy, baby. Give it to me. Okay, so yeah. When you decide to alchemize the shame and you realize you can't go run around trying to cover up and trying to get people to think a certain way about you by you know, developing this alter ego character where you didn't do any of these things, right? I know somebody that has such a shame, like so much shame buried about their past, they've created a completely different story about who they are and their life, and will lie, just lie, and pretend to be someone they're completely not. And that's the beginning, okay? That's the character, and you will snap out of it, and you will go along your awakening journey, and all these different little ego things coming up will get integrated, okay? And you will no longer feel the shame. You will no longer act out of the shame. You will no longer care about your past and what you've done. And when people try to throw it in your face, okay, baby, that's your problem, not mine. You can't make me feel ashamed for anything I've done in my past, because I've already alchemized it. And the reason why you're trying to make me feel ashamed is because you haven't dealt with your own shame. All right? That's how it works. You try to get people to match your frequency. When the saying hurt people, yeah, they're hurt. They're trying to get you to match their frequency. When they're mad, they try to make you mad. When they're jealous, they try to make you jealous. When they feel, they have repressed shame, they're going to try to make you feel shame and guilt. Or somebody with repressed guilt would try to make somebody feel bad for other things that they've done. And so once you release all these repressed emotions, you'll stop projecting them onto everybody else, right? So that's all everyone who's judging you is doing. They're just projecting their bullshit onto you, okay? And they just don't know it yet. So let it go, baby. Let it go. Let it go. Sit and feel the shame, the physical sensations, and allow your body to do its thing. Your body has the wisdom. It already knows how to do this. You don't need to look it up online. You don't need to go to some guru, okay? Just get into a meditative state and allow it to happen. Set the intention to come up with your own energy alchemization process for your emotions, and go into a meditative state and let your body do its thing. The wisdom of everything going on in this earth, you have access to that. Encoded in your DNA, baby. You just got to tap in. You know how to do this. You don't need to learn from me. You created this. You just got to remember who you are. All right? So go meditate. Go for a walk in nature. Whatever it is. Find your thing. Right now, set the intention. Say, higher self, divine, universe, whatever the hell you pray to, or whatever, doesn't matter, angels, team of light. I'm setting the intention for me to have the courage to face and feel my emotions and come up with my own energy alchemization process. Show me the way. And then you will be guided to take intuitive actions. Like all of a sudden, you'll just feel the inspiration to go for a walk in nature and put your phone away. And then while you're walking in nature, you'll receive a download, you'll get zapped. When you get plugged in, you ever get plugged in? When you when you're meditating or doing something and you get plugged in, it's literally like you got plugged into an electrical socket, and you start receiving, and then you're like download. And not always, mostly never. It's not like you know what you're downloading. You're downloading software, upgrades for the future. The future and the past don't even really exist. It's all happening now, okay? So yes, come up with your own energy alchemization process. Find the courage within you to face and feel your emotions, the shame of the past. Once you let go of the shame, you won't care what people think about you or your past, and you'll be able to move forward and quit acting out the patterns of behavior that you're ashamed of. If you like this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in my next video.